Welcome to another segment of What's It Like to Play in the NFL. Now, when I'm asked the question, what was the most difficult part of playing in the league? Well, let me tell you, it was not playing against some of the biggest and tough, strong athletes and all that. It was not going over the middle, having to make the catch, knowing that a guy like Ronnie Lott or Steve Atwater might take your head off. No, no, no. It was the pressure. The pressure to play great all the time. You got to understand, the NFL is a billion-dollar industry. We're there to entertain the world. You have the 80,000 fans that are in the stands. You got millions all over the world watching you, scrutinizing every single thing you do. Your team members, the coaches, the owners, and eyes are always on you. And when you think about how hard it is to get to the NFL, they say that for a high school athlete has a 0.08 chance of making it to the NFL. So those that make it, all of them are great athletes. So you're competing against the best. So jobs are always on the line. You're always there to perform at your greatest, because if you don't, someone is there to get your job. I know this. 5'10", 160-pound wide receiver, not the prototypical starting receiver. So there were always these tall receivers that would come in, and I know they were there to take my job, and I was always a little concerned with that. But it did push me to play harder. What's interesting, though, when I compare the NFL to high school and college, no pressure at all. But when I got to the NFL, it was different. I felt the pressure. Do you remember that movie, Invincible? Remember the scene before the game, the opening regular season game, where the coach and the players in the bathroom, and they're both in there puking? Well, that was me. Before every single game, opening kickoff, I was letting it go, because the pressure would build so much. Now, I think, though, when you talk about pressure, I got to describe to you the meetings. The meeting after the game. Oh, man, you want to talk about some serious pressure. Because if you won on Sunday, the next day, everyone's in a great mood. Everyone's just happy and go lucky, and everyone's happy. You know, they're just happy. But when you lost, it's different. Because every single mistake is magnified, and it's magnified in that post-game meeting, the film session. Everyone's in there, they're going over every single play. And if you made a mistake, maybe dropped a pass, maybe missed a block or something, you know when the play's coming up. And when they get to the play, they sit there with that clicker, that remote, over and over, going back and forth, back and forth. Why did you drop the ball? Why did you miss this? Why did you miss that? And you're just like, please get to the next play. They spend so much time highlighting your mistake. And by the time you're out of that meeting, you are just emotionally exhausted. But you can't wait to get to the practice, catch the next ball, get in the first game, and go. So a lot of pressure, and that's the thing I remember the most. But I often think about a saying that talks about diamonds. It says that a diamond is a chunk of coal that is made good under pressure. So when you think about all those players that make it to the NFL, they became diamonds because they could handle that pressure. There's a lot of great athletes I witnessed in camps and so forth that were amazing, but they could not handle that pressure and be able to perform at the highest level as often as possible. So, till next time, what's it like to play in the NFL? Pressure. Could not stand the pressure.